If you've been with SoilPower for a while, you already know how passionate I am about uncovering simple tricks that revive dead, tired soil using ingredients you already have at home. And if you're new here, welcome, because today's deep dive is exactly the kind of experiment that makes soil science exciting, practical, and unbelievably rewarding for everyday gardeners. Many gardeners assume that waking up dormant soil microbes is a long, slow process that depends on fancy inputs. Compost teas, boutique soil conditioners, or expensive amendments. But what if I told you that the fastest microbial explosion I've ever witnessed in soil came not from a fertilizer, but from an ingredient sitting quietly in your pantry right now? Rice, wheat, flour. 3 simple staples. 3 different types of starches, and only one of them wakes up soil life with almost unbelievable speed. Today, I'll walk you through the entire experiment, the science behind what happened and, most importantly, what you can copy and use right now to boost your soil's biological engine. Whether you're a beginner growing herbs on a balcony or a seasoned gardener reviving compacted raised beds, this one experiment has the power to change the way you think about soil forever. Let's dig in. Before we get into rice versus wheat versus flour, I want to take a moment to talk about why microbial activity matters, because once you understand this, the rest of the experiment makes perfect sense. Healthy soil isn't just dirt, it's a living ecosystem, and the real workers in that ecosystem are the microbes, bacteria, fungi, and other tiny organisms that quietly recycle nutrients, break down organic matter, build soil structure, and help your plants access everything they need. When microbes are awake and active, your soil stays loose, your plants grow stronger, and nutrients become naturally available. When microbes are sluggish or starved, it doesn't matter how much fertilizer you pour on. The plants won't fully benefit. So the real question becomes, how do you feed the microbes in a way that wakes them up quickly and safely? This is where carbohydrates come in. Microbes love simple, accessible energy sources. And that's exactly why I designed this experiment, to see which pantry staple gives microbes the biggest and fastest boost. To keep things fair, each microbial food source was tested under identical conditions. I used the same soil, the same containers, the same amount of water, and the same temperature and light exposure. No compost, no fertilizer, no boosters. The only variable was the ingredient added to the soil. Each mixture was made using a simple microbial slurry, 2 tablespoons of the ingredient, 1 cup of non-chlorinated water, mixed into a smooth, pourable consistency, applied evenly over 2 cups of untreated soil. This ratio is important because it gives microbes enough fuel to wake up without creating anaerobic conditions, those smelly, airless pockets that microbes hate. This experiment was designed to measure not just changes in appearance, but the overall energy of the soil, texture, smell, structure, and visible signs of biological activity. And here's where things got interesting incredibly fast. I started noticing differences within just a few days. All 3 ingredients caused some level of improvement, but the degree of change varied dramatically. The rice-treated soil responded slowly, with mild softening and a light earthy aroma. Wheat performed better, showing stronger structural changes and a noticeably richer smell. But flour didn't just wake up the microbes, it set them into overdrive. The flour-treated soil darkened quickly, becoming crumbly and almost fluffy within days. When I scratched into it, the soil felt alive, rich, and full of the kind of biological energy gardeners spend seasons trying to build. Even the smell changed. It had that unmistakable forest floor aroma that tells you the soil is cycling nutrients vigorously. Where rice and wheat offered gentle boosts, flour delivered a full transformation. To understand why flour outperformed rice and wheat so dramatically, you need to look at one simple factor: accessibility. Rice and wheat are whole grains with intact outer layers. This means microbes have to work their way through that protective coat before reaching the starches inside. That takes time. Flour, on the other hand, is already ground into tiny particles. Every surface is exposed. Every bit of starch is instantly available. Microbes don't have to break anything open. They can simply begin feeding the moment the slurry hits the soil. This instant access triggers rapid microbial reproduction. More microbes leads to more nutrient cycling, more decomposition, better structure, more aeration, improved water retention, and faster overall soil awakening. Think of it like the difference between eating a whole apple and drinking a smoothie. The smoothie hits your system fast. Flour hits the soil's microbial system the same way. If you want to use flour as a microbial jumpstart for your soil, the method is simple, but it's important to do it correctly. Flour is extremely active, which means you want to encourage controlled microbial activity, not an explosive fermentation that overwhelms the soil. Start with the proven ratio: 2 tablespoons of plain flour, any type will do, and 1 cup of non-chlorinated water. Just mix until smooth. Then, pour evenly over the soil and lightly scratch it into the top inch. Keep the soil evenly moist for several days, but avoid oversaturating it. Microbes need moisture, not mud. Within about a week, you'll begin noticing a softer, more crumbly texture, improved color, a deeper, cleaner, earthy smell, easier root penetration, and a better balance between drainage and water retention. If your soil is extremely depleted, repeat the treatment every 2 weeks until improvements are consistent. Just remember, flour is microbe food, not fertilizer. Overusing it can lead to short-term imbalance or odors. Moderation is the key. Even though flour is the fastest, that doesn't mean rice and wheat don't have their place. Each brings something unique to the table, and knowing when to use which one can make you a more strategic gardener. Flour is perfect for gardeners who need fast results. If you're preparing a bed for a fast-growing crop, reviving soil after neglect, or dealing with tired, compacted areas, flour gives you a rapid biological awakening that sets the stage for strong growth. Wheat is better for gardeners who want steady, controlled, microbial activity. If you have time and want a moderate, smooth boost without too much intensity, wheat offers a more gradual release of energy. Rice is best for gardens that already have decent microbial life, but need a light, gentle nudge. It won't overwhelm soil or trigger rapid changes, making it ideal for sensitive beds or slow-working systems. Each ingredient has value, but if speed and efficiency are the goal, flour is simply unmatched. What still amazes me about this experiment, even after repeating it multiple times, is the simplicity of the solution. You don't need complicated systems or expensive soil activators to get microbes moving. Sometimes, the most powerful tools are the ones hiding in plain sight. Flour proves that you can dramatically influence your soil's biology using small, cheap, everyday inputs. And once your microbial base is thriving, everything else in your garden becomes easier. Plants uptake nutrients effortlessly, watering becomes simpler, and soil structure continues improving long after the initial treatment. This method works beautifully with long-term strategies too. Mulching, composting, and reduced tilling all become more effective when your microbial engine is running hot. A single flour treatment can create the biological momentum that helps the rest of your soil-building efforts take root. Experiments like this are exactly why I love sharing these discoveries with you here on SoilPower, because gardening isn't just about plants, it's about understanding the hidden life beneath our feet and learning how to work with nature, not against it. Rice, wheat, and flour all bring something to your soil, but when it comes to waking up microbes fast, flour is the clear champion. It delivers rapid, natural, efficient biological activity that can transform tired soil into something vibrant and alive. If you try this experiment at home, or use the flour method in your own beds, I'd love to hear what you find. Every garden is different, and your results help us all learn together. If you enjoyed this guide and want more experiments, soil breakdowns, and simple methods that make gardening easier and more powerful, make sure to subscribe to SoilPower, leave a like, and share this resource with another gardener who loves discovering new ways to build thriving soil. Your support keeps these experiments coming, and trust me, we've only scratched the surface.